We're talking about Starbucks' demise.
Yeah, potential demise. Could this be?
Put them in the freaking dirt.
Could this be their Blockbuster moment?
I think it is.
Make it a Blockbuster night. Make it a Luckin Coffee day.
Starbucks seems to be going backwards on this.
Mm-hmm. They're like, no, people want to chill. People want to hang out with other strangers. People want a stinky homeless guy coming in and using the bathroom and stinking it up.
When I think about Starbucks, I think public restroom.
They were like, Starbucks is pushing back. They're fighting back. They put an ad on an empty storefront across the street that just says Starbucks.
And they put an ad on the subway stop right near the Luckin. And they were like, ooh, we intend to push back.
We're going to push.
Luckin doesn't come into our territory without a sternly worded advertisement. People are, they really like the coffee. No one likes that coffee.
I like the coffee, but I also have bad taste.
I think this plan could work in suburban places, like me in suburban New Jersey being like, Starbucks, this is the place. Holy shit.
Place.
This is where culture. This is where culture is happening in central New Jersey.
This is the place. Yeah.
Wow. Mom, can we go to Starbucks?
I'm looking downtown with Benny on me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on.
Voodoo lady, shaking that stick and driving me crazy. Driving me crazy.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ben and Emil Show. How's everyone doing on this summer day?
Time flies when you stink like shit. Time flies when you smell bad. Did you give the guy $5 in the parking lot?
I gave him 5.
Was he happy?
Well, I didn't see him, so I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Because we got yelled at yesterday, and then I started coming in, and I start leaving, and he's like,
"Hey!"
And I'm like, "Okay, I didn't see you."
Oh.
I was pulling out my phone to pay the app, so I was like, "I got you, pal."
Did you pay, Connor? A $10 promise? Wow, that's bold. I gave him $5, and he said, "Thank you, my friend." It's a parking lot, guys, where there's an attendant, but it says there's signs everywhere that say, "Do not give cash to a person." But then there's an app that you got to use, and the guy insists, only when I'm here do you give me cash. If I'm not here, then you use the app.
Very confusing.
Anyway, we got a great episode for you. We're talking all about, not this. I'm holding up a Starbucks thing. We're
talking about Starbucks' demise.
Yeah, potential demise. Could this be?
Put them in the freaking dirt.
Could this be their Blockbuster moment?
I think it is.
Make it a Blockbuster night. Make it a Luckin Coffee day. I don't like that name, Luckin.
I like it.
Luckin
Makes
Coffee.
me feel good.
Luckin. I think I got some when I was in China. I can't remember.
You know what's I just realized too before, because we were gonna talk about something else pretty briefly, because we were thinking about talking about Fable's new thing called Showrunner, which is this AI thing where
you're presuming that people know what Fable is. It's Fable's new thing, Showrunner.
I literally was about to explain how Amazon had purchased it, but you jumped right down my throat.
Sorry. Go on.
Amazon basically purchased this company, and they think it's going to be, the Netflix of AI, where you can, which was what we've been joking about, people creating their own content and being like, do this and that. And we're like, because we played around with it. We were in the Discord. You can barely use it. It's pretty minimal at this point. But I think I had a dream because of it.
Whoa.
Someone recently said, I just rewatched Mad Men. You should rewatch it because it's great.
Mm-hmm.
But then last night,
what the money's for.
I must have been thinking about Fable's new AI program, Showrunner.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I kept really confused because I was just watching like Mad Men episodes that I had made up, and like the last one that I woke up to was like Don Draper and the boys playing pickup basketball, and I woke up just so pissed because I was like, "This is stupid. I don't want access to this thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to be going. Don Draper has to play another ad agency in basketball."
That'd be kind of fun, actually. Be kind of fun,
Oh, I don't want this.
And every time he dunks on him or like scores a point, he says some witty copy.
Ridiculous. And Roger Sterling smoking cigarettes on the
Great job,
bench.
Draper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never watched it. I started to watch it, actually. AMC, I was so pissed at them. It was like a Mad Men, what do they call that? Extravaganza or like a marathon.
Sure.
And I'm watching and I'm like, okay, great. I'm gonna finally get acquainted with Mad Men here. They were playing them out of order. They were just playing random episodes. So there's one episode where the one guy comes out of the closet and he's gay. And I'm like, oh, good for him.
Harry?
I don't remember. But then the next episode, he's back in the closet. I'm like, what the hell is
Sure.
going on here? I thought he was gay. And it took me like 3 more hours to realize that I was watching him out of order. So I went, okay, I'm done here. I'm done with this.
But this is what I think the AI is going to teach us, that we're not as creative as we all think. I want Matthew Weiner to do Mad Men, not me.
Matthew Weiner.
That's the guy who created it.
Oh.
I believe.
Who's his co-creator? Tommy Penis?
There you go. Is it Matthew Weiner?
Matthew Weiner. Just say Weiner if you're already at that point.
Yeah.
Hey, my name is Matthew Weiner. Don't do that to yourself, bud.
But if you leave it in my hands, I'm going to be going, make Dom play basketball.
Yeah. I want to see him play basketball. Anyway, benandemilshow.com. We got a great bonus episode for you today.
Early reviews are in. And honestly, the bonus episodes are really great. They're
Holy
calling
shit,
them.
they're chaotic.
They're already calling them the Babu Frick trilogy. So
hey.
So you're gonna want to tune into that because you can't.
Anyway, this week we're talking all about Luckin Coffee, which is Chinese. Something Chinese this way comes.
Something Chinese finally happened.
Something Chinese is currently happening.
Chinese has been happening.
And I predict that Starbucks won't get blockbustered, but I predict that they will be significantly knocked down a peg because they're currently valued at like $110 billion. And I do
also
not
to skip ahead, I also think they're making like all the wrong decisions right now.
Oh yeah, no,
So
100%. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
They're making wrong decisions, bad decisions, silly, stupid, dumb decisions.
We also got to talk about. I don't know what state he'll be in when this comes out, but I think at time of recording, Trump is stuck on the roof of the White House, saying he's just going for a walk.
I'm just going for a walk.
As,
aren't they renovating it or something?
Yeah, but it's funny timing as we got to go through Epstein's.
Yeah, we're gonna go through. Also,
Epstein's apartment.
We're gonna go through
house,
Epstein's apartment. It's a virtual tour that the New York Times is allowed on, and it looks like a timeshare you would stay in somewhere in San Diego County. His office room looks kind of like a timeshare.
I could see some of the rooms.
Room.
Yeah.
Weird design themes. But we'll talk about all that, and then maybe if we have time, we'll talk about these. I don't know, some airline shit. But anywhoomst, Luckin Coffee. Folks, I remember, and this also, I meant to bring it up with Edwin. Edwin is a guy that it's in an episode coming
funny.
up. Yeah.
It feels very similar.
Because we talked a lot about Chinese scams in this upcoming episode. But so I remember when Luckin Coffee started trading here in the United States on the NASDAQ. It was a big deal, and I was pissed off because I didn't buy any. And the stock immediately did quite well. It's really a remarkable story of growth. I really don't know how they did it. And when you're researching it, it's just like, oh yeah, they started, and then a year later they had thousands of stores, and they did a marketing campaign. And it's like, okay, cool. Give me the nitty gritty, baby. But so yeah, they started in October of 2017. Fast forward to now, almost just about 8 years later, they've got over 26,200 stores globally. They operate shops, kiosks, stores, and they sell coffee, tea, and foodstuffs.
Yeah. In China, famously kind of a tea drinking culture, but Starbucks actually came to China in 1999.
Wow. Did not know it was that long ago.
Yeah, and it didn't take long for Luckin to overtake them in China, because they opened in October 2017 and they overtook Starbucks
within a year.
No, in 2023.
Oh, it was 2023.
Yeah.
Well, because I have just a year after they started, they had 1,300 stores and were the second biggest in China. They must have been second biggest to Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, so 9 months after they started, so they started October 2017. Imagine this: 9 months later, they get an injection of $200 million in financing.
That's a lot of coffee.
That's freaking huge, man. What the heck is in that Chinese water over there in China? What are they drinking over there in China in that water and that tea? Holy moly moly. So they attribute it to their aggressive marketing campaign, actually. They were spending 3 times as much as they earned to promote their Luckin Coffee. And it's interesting because when I was looking on online for the pronunciation, this isn't a joke. I believe,
don't make it a joke.
I believe in China it's pronounced Rishing, which means happiness and luck.
So now they call it Luckin for the American version.
Yeah, but it's Rishing Cafe. So, but we call it Luckin. How about that, folks? That's interesting. So then they listed on the NASDAQ in 2019. I watched it. I believe the ticker symbol was LK at the time. I want to say it was LK. LCK, LKC, something like that. But man, oh man, was it just the talk of the, I mean, it's still, so we'll get to it, but man, it's trading currently for just about $38 a share.
Yeah, they've had a bit of a comeback after the whole.
An unbelievable comeback.
Yeah.
Look at the 5-year chart.
Yeah.
Press 5Y.
You might have to go out further.
You might even
actually.
have to go out,
Yeah.
further.
There it is.
It so it peaked at about $51 in 2019, and then the scandal hit. Well, not quite. So just before the scandal hit, same month, early January 2020. We all remember what was going on. Chinese people were dropping dead in the streets. I'm watching it unfold, and I'm going, "What is going on over there in China? Holy cannoli!" So early January 2020, Luckin Coffee raised $821 million in share and bond sales, plus another $400 million in this 5-year bond that they had. But then later that very same month, January 2020, Muddy Waters, which is an activist short seller, posted an 89-page investigative report on Twitter saying that Luckin Coffee falsified financial figures. And this pertains to what we were talking about with Edwin, which is that I think it might be gone. It doesn't happen anymore. But there was at the time this culture among Chinese companies where they would fudge their numbers. I don't know what the hell to attribute that to, other than just like, I don't know, bullshitting to make it
Probably more attractive for investors. All kinds of.
but it's like so openly dishonest to just like lie. And
I'm sure it's not just the Chinese thing, but
no, but I mean, on U.S. exchanges, it's overwhelmingly Chinese listed companies. But so Muddy Waters was alleging that they were, the number of items per store sold was inflated by about 69% and 88% in the third and fourth quarters of 2019. And they said that they had gone through 11,200 hours of video footage proving that. No idea how they got that.
honestly,
Like, how do you get, and how do you
I
even
could believe
comb
it
through
now
it?
if they were like, I built an AI model that scans whatever.
Sure.
My man, in 2020, 11,000 hours. How many?
11,200 hours. That's at least a week. Let's see. How many hours divided by 24? How many days is that? I'm going to say
458 days.
Whoa, I was way off. I said a week? Golly. Man,
I didn't add the 200. I just did 11,000.
I'm an idiot. 466 days? Man, I suck at math.
I mean, how did they even go through all this?
I really don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they had multiple people working on it. I don't know.
Hey, gang, we got to take a quick break to talk to you about GOODR. I use these things all the dang time. These are my favorite sunglasses for playing sports. They
Who am
are
I?
lightweight. They are polarized, 100% polarized. They're comfy on my face. I feel like I'm seeing the tennis ball better than I've ever seen it before. These things are incredible. I've got like 4 pairs at this point, and I just switch them out depending on how I'm feeling. These things are
It's crazy.
incredible.
They're stylish. They're starting at only $25 a pair. You got a 1-year warranty, 30-day free returns. So, folks, if you need a new pair of sunglasses, GOODR is giving Ben and Emil Show listeners free shipping. That's right, free shipping. You can go to goodr.com/Bays and use code BAYS for free shipping. GOODR offers a 30-day money-back guarantee and 100% satisfaction. Again, that's GOODR, GOODR.com/Bays and use code BAYS for free shipping. So it affected the stock at first, but then Luckin Coffee obviously denied it. They were like, this is bullshit. And then in April of 2020, just a couple months later, they announced that they were doing an internal investigation. And then they finally, they had no choice but to cop to it. They found that their chief operating officer, Jian Liu, had fabricated their 2019 sales by around $310 million.
Okay, that's a rounding error.
No.
Let the boys have a little fun.
They were, and it's so heartbreaking because you see the greed that was going on with this guy and the others involved, his cohorts, because it wasn't just Jean-Lu, but they were on the upward trajectory already. They were doing well, and this clown had just felt, for whatever reason, to inflate their numbers by that much, I guess to keep up with the growth story so that the stock would continue to do well. Well, shortly thereafter, the China's regulatory commission announced that they're doing an investigation. And then shares started to fall, and they fell.
Understatement. Yeah,
they fell 80%. And then trading was halted.
Off an absolute cliff.
Oh, yeah. It was insane. Trading was halted on April 8th. So for the audio listener, we're looking at the chart here, and it's like it started to kind of drop out a little bit around, in the lower 30s. And then boom, one day it's just down 80%. And then 3 days later, it just stopped trading. They halted it for almost 2 months. So if you had stock in Luckin, you were pooping your pants every single day.
Did you ever get into it?
No, I never touched it.
But you heard people talking like, hey, there's this new Chinese coffee company. I think it's going to be big. It might be the next Starbucks.
But when all this stuff came out, it was like, oh, there it goes. Another bloated, over-exaggerated Chinese scam that all of their growth numbers are faked. So there's no telling what's real and what's not. And for people like me, I just swore it off forever. I was like, all right, I have no idea what this is. This stinks to high heaven. It's a scam. It may be I knew it was a real company, but I was like, there's no way you can trust these numbers ever again.
But that was 2020, pal.
Exactly.
We're in 2025.
So we'll get to that. But in mid-April, this poor a bunch of these people just got absolutely reamed. Mid-April, after the stock had already been halted, Goldman Sachs had a deal with the chairman, Lu Zhengyao. He defaulted on a $518 million margin loan. He had used his stock as collateral, and when he defaulted on the loan, they seized and sold his Luckin stock. They must have done it off market because the stock was halted. But that $400 million bond also just got liquidated, sold for like pennies on the dollar. And then you fast forward to May 20th, it starts trading again. But it didn't stop there, because on May 28th, the Wall Street Journal reported that the chairman and a major shareholder were in on the scandal, and it fell another 20%. And then it was delisted from the NASDAQ on June 29th. It just kept, I remember following along and just being like, Jesus Christ.
It's a wrap on Luckin.
What the fuck is going on with this
How do you
thing?
come back from this one? And
then in December of that year, the SEC settled a case for $180 million without the company admitting any wrongdoing or anything. The allegations were defrauding investors, misstating revenues and stuff. And then in February of 2021, they finally filed for Chapter 15 bankruptcy, which I had to look up. It's bankruptcy, it's restructuring involving international concerns like Luckin Coffee, international companies. And then in September, they planned to restructure, and they settled another class action lawsuit for $187 million. December 2021, they restructured a ton of their debt. They settled lawsuits. March 2022, they're out of bankruptcy. They replaced the top management. They replaced the chairman, the CEO, and everybody else who did the fraud. And now look at them. The stock went from like $2 and change to now they're back at $35 a share. And I'm so pissed because looking at this chart, I'm like, oh my God, you zoom out and it's just, holy shit. I would have assumed that they like got rid of this stock and then re-IPO'd or whatever. No.
Yeah,
they're absolutely crushing it.
Forget Bitcoin. I wish I bought into Luckin at its bottom, huh?
It would have been like a 20x return, 2,000%.
But return. Yeah, it's not 2020 anymore. Okay, it's 2025.
Now they're run
First year of America's long century of humiliation. Their time has come.
Now they are run by a Chinese
private equity
firm called Centurium Capital, and they're now in Singapore, Malaysia, and they just started New York City.
Yeah, they got 20,000 locations. If you'd never heard of them before, it's because all of those 20,000 locations most are in China, but or the rest are in
They're in
Asia.
China.
And now they are here to plant their flag in America. I believe when they, this is just the beginning because they have 2 in New York City right now in Manhattan. And when they opened, they said, this is just the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
So more Luckins are coming.
And it's so funny because according to this, there was one article I read, I think it was Wall Street Journal or something. They were like, Starbucks is pushing back. They're fighting back. I was like, whoa, what are they doing? Holy shit. What they're doing, all they did was this one location.
They put an ad on an empty storefront.
They put an ad on an empty storefront across the street that just says Starbucks.
And they put an ad on the subway stop right near the Luckin. And they were like, ooh, we intend to push back.
We're going to push.
Luckin doesn't come into our territory without a sternly worded advertisement.
Yeah, they put according to the article, they put a bunch of glossy photos of the logo, a model, and beverages with Hello Summer written across.
Meanwhile, this is while Luckin is doing aggressive campaigns of I don't know how long it's going to last, but all drinks are $1.99, I think. So
I think it's when you download the app, because that's the thing. It is just, you can only order Luckin Coffee via the app. And they have ads all over New York. If you download the app, your first drink is $1.99.
Most stores have no seats. Some of them will have very little seats.
Yeah.
It's not
very Chinese.
This is not. They're
You're
not
not
trying to
coming
do
here
a
to-
fancy coffee shop.
Mm-mm.
They know what they are. They know they're trying to. Are you trying to just grab a coffee on the go?
Good.
Great. Place it on your app and come in and get
Yeah.
it. It's $1.99.
Yeah.
But be careful of those Starbucks ads because while you're trying to get your $1.99 coffee, you might be like, "How could I turn my back
Yeah.
on my one true love, the Seattle Roasters?"
So they're
Not going to happen.
You can only order via the app. They're collecting all this valuable data. Meanwhile, Starbucks, only 31% of their business is done via the app, which I love. I love that.
I've
little
also
Starbucks
found
app.
it surprising. I thought
The Starbucks app?
no, that number I found surprising. I thought
Too
it would
low
be
or
way-
too high?
I thought it would be way higher. I thought
Oh,
most
yeah.
people. But I guess Starbucks is different things depending on where you are.
Yeah.
I guess my experience with it is New York and LA, and I just imagine people walking up and grabbing their thing and going.
I don't think that Starbucks is salvageable at this point. They are known as they're now a major faceless conglomerate,
Right.
giant mega corporation.
What they're trying to do seems so. They are still the bigger one. I think as of right now they have over 40,000 locations worldwide. Luckin is at 20,000, but Starbucks seems to be so behind the ball on this. While Luckin is fully leaning into the fact that people just want a quick, cheap, on the go coffee that they can grab, and for it to be very easily done through an app. Starbucks seems to be going backwards on this.
Mm-hmm. They're like, no, people want to chill. People want to hang out with other strangers.
Yeah, so they're closing a bunch of
people want a stinky homeless guy coming in and using the bathroom and
I
stinking.
do think people want that kind of coffee shop, but I don't think they want it from Starbucks.
No.
Starbucks has completely ruined their brand and turned it into this, the conglomerate thing you're talking about. Honestly,
although the one near my house is pretty nice. There's always people in there chilling. They do be chilling at the Starbucks.
That's a Starbucks reserve, though, isn't it?
Oh, it is?
Isn't it?
So it's reserved for good-looking people?
Isn't it like one of those really nice ones?
I can't remember. I don't know. It might be, yeah.
Okay.
There's like leather chairs and stuff. They have no outlets, which is funny. They preach wanting this whole like intimate experience where people can go hang out, and yet they're like, no outlets in our Starbucks because we want people to not camp there all day. Isn't that the whole fucking point?
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand this at all. When I think about Starbucks, I think public restroom.
Same.
I'm not even I'm not really a coffee drinker. I've spent most of my adult life in New York or LA. The only time I've been like, oh, fuck, is there a Starbucks around? It's because I have to piss.
By the way, speaking of public restrooms, why are In-N-Out restrooms so disgusting? In-N-Out Burger.
I haven't been in an In-N-Out.
They're so, every time I go in one, I'm like, how is this place so clean otherwise, but the bathrooms are just a disaster zone?
Speaks to the food. What's it doing to your bowels? Why is it making you do that? They
Yeah.
keep the whole place clean, but they can't keep up with your dirty ass.
Hey, gang, we got to take another quick break to thank a sponsor of the show. You know, it's Factor meals. Factor meals. I know them. I love them. Yummy, yummy. God, I'm so hungry right now. Oh, if only I had a Factor meal right here because they're fast and easy. But I'm always busy. I'm always on the go.
You're on the go.
I'm on the
You got a
go,
lot on your
man.
plate.
Sometimes all I got is a couple minutes, and that's where Factor meals comes into place because they help me eat smarter and easier. They got tasty chef prepped meals that are dietitian approved and delivered right to my door. So convenient. They got more than 65 weekly meals made for how I live and what I like to eat. More variety, more meals. You can support your wellness goals. They got more GLP-1 friendly meals and new Mediterranean diet options packed with protein and good for you fats.
They've also got some global flavors coming your way too. For the first time, you can try Asian-inspired meals with bold flavors influenced by China, Thailand, and more. For more choices to better nutrition, that's why 97% of customers say that Factor helped them live a healthier life. Feel the difference no matter your routine.
So tasty. So why don't you eat smart at factormeals.com/Bays50off and use code Bays50off to get, you guessed it, 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code Bays50off at factormeals.com for 50% off plus free shipping. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Amen.
But yeah, so they're closing a bunch of those mobile-only stores, and they
hang
they have
on.
plans to refurbish existing location. It's going back to
This is Starbucks.
writing your name on the cup and wants to rebuild the community coffee houses and more personal experience.
Look at what they wrote on mine.
Thanks,
It
Ben.
says, thanks, Ben. See, now this is
Who
the kind of
wants
shit.
that from Starbucks?
It's so stupid of them because, like you said, like you said, Starbucks is spending $150,000 per store to remodel and add more comfy seats. The strategy by CEO Brian Niccol is called Back to Starbucks. Back to Starbucks. And I didn't even know that they had these transactional mobile-only stores. But to close them, you would think that they're just printing money.
Yeah,
it's so ass backward.
I think they don't know what they're doing, and I think the new CEO is like,
I'm Brian Nichols.
what if we went back to what? Because I do think there was a time when people liked Starbucks. I think they thought it was cool that. I mean, I'm sure, especially in the burbs, people were like, "Wow, look at this! We have this cool Seattle roaster coming to our town." And honestly, if you're younger than us, you probably don't remember, but they would have. Do you remember they would have music and stuff?
CDs?
While you were checking out, you could check out the
yeah,
CDs.
It was Dave Matthews and Sheryl Crow and Coldplay.
Yeah,
Coldplay became a Starbucks. They're the same thing to me.
They really did try to make it this weird cultural.
Yeah.
You could hang out and do work and pick up the latest Sheryl
It's where
Crow.
teens would go. Like I remember my first taste of a Frappuccino. Holy shit. I was like, this is unbelievable.
I will say I haven't had it in years, so I can't speak to how
It's
it is
just
now.
ice
But I used to love the hot chocolate. I think they did the hot chocolate in a really nice way. I don't know if they still do it.
I was also pissed when I had their breakfast foods. They've got these like sausage, a McMuffin basically, and other shit. I'm like, when I discovered that, I was legitimately impressed because it's good for what it is. And I was like, why don't they advertise this? They should.
The breakfast is bad.
The breakfast is fine for what it is.
It's
it ain't
like
bad,
microwaved.
man. Yeah, but that's how they got to do it at scale. That's how you do it. That's how you accomplish it.
But that's what I'm saying. That if you really want to get people in, for example, that coffee shop that we like, that's not so far from us with the good baked goods you like, they have nice food in there and stuff.
It's good food.
People hang out in there because it's not a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Like you can go in and be like, you know what? I'll sit with my laptop. I'll get nice
You
breakfast.
can't scale that anymore. Not in this day and age.
But why would I want to go in Why would I want to hang out in Starbucks?
When you got no other choice. Starbucks, when there's nothing else available and you got to piss.
Yeah, right. That's kind of thing. People are like, well, I think Starbucks will be fine because people are they really like the coffee. No one likes that coffee.
I like the coffee, but I also have bad taste.
Right.
Yeah.
If you really are
I truly have no taste.
If you really are worried about the coffee, you're not going to Starbucks anyway. And so if you're like, hey, we have this easier experience where you don't have to come into this public restroom.
Yeah.
You just order on the app and leave.
And you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is funny that Starbucks is also dealing with their fifth straight quarter of slowing sales. And it's just funny because their ticker symbol is SBUX. There you go. This is good to have up. S-Bucks. Let's see where they're at stock-wise. Click. You can click and hold. There you go. There's still. I mean, they've just been going sideways for the last while. Zoom in a little bit if you just.
I mean,
kinda,
it is funny
there
though
you go.
because how much growth can they? Some of these articles were so funny because it was like Luckin's one location downtown was on a block where 2 Starbucks locations used to be
Right.
right across from each other and shut down. It's like, guys, what the hell?
Yeah. Dude, that's like there's this on Beverly. Sorry, guys, this is going to be a hyper local one, but there's first of all in my hometown Long Beach on this one street in a little neighborhood called Belmont Shore. I'm talking it's a mile long street, maybe 3/4 of a mile. 2 Starbucks on the same street, but similarly on Beverly Boulevard and like La Brea,
Those are going to be a Luckin soon.
there's 2 Chevron stations, catty corner. There's one on one corner and one right across. I'm like, how the fuck did nobody call one another? Reminds me of the old Brian. You remember Brian Regan, the comedian?
Yeah.
He's like, you ever see 2 log trucks pass each other on the highway? He's like, seems like a phone call could have saved a lot of time. And then he mimes that he's like, you had logs? I thought you needed logs. Anyway, like 2 logging trucks passing each other.
Got it.
Like, I just love that confused. You had logs? Oh. Anyway, Starbucks thinks that people want to hang out and they think that simple shit like writing messages, personal messages on the cups is what will save
People
the
do
brand.
want to hang out in coffee shops. They don't want to hang out at
but
Starbucks.
this means nothing. When I see this, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's just what they do. It's not like a special thing. It's not like that makes Starbucks special to me. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's. So,
I mean, evidenced by the fact there are so many places just in like my neighborhood alone that are jammed with people just hanging out.
Yeah.
But
Which
the
is
coffee
funny.
is all I don't drink coffee, but people love the coffee. They like and the vibe is
immaculate.
The vibe is fun. It's not a fucking Starbucks.
Yeah.
And they have good food and things that make you actually want to stay there.
Starbucks is good when I wake up and I got to get somewhere, but I need to move my bowels. So I just go on the app, I buy a coffee, I go over there, I drink the coffee, and I gotta go, man.
Yeah. Now just imagine it was $1.99. You do it right on the Luckin app.
Yeah.
They know they got all your stuff right there for you. They're sending you coupons.
Yeah. They so that's what it boils down to here, folks.
But they also have fun drinks. Don't forget the fun drinks. Okay.
They do. They've got like
because the coconut latte. And if the velvet latte doesn't do anything,
are you saying latte?
Latte?
Latte.
How about an apple frizzy Americano?
Do you have
Fizzy.
just tape on your
apple-
thumb, by the way? Is that just tape?
It's medical tape, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, some
you
of
want me to
there was
explain it to you? Or
No,
can
it's
we
okay.
move on?
There's one called like a kale drink, super kale or something like that. Yeah. I mean, I'm
There's a
excited.
pineapple latte, which sounds gross.
Yeah.
The one lady who was describing it said it was a bit chunky, but one guy said he liked the chunkiness.
I liked they were interviewing some people who some New Yorkers, and there was one guy who's like, why are they shutting down the pickup only Starbucks? I like this. I don't want to go into a damn coffee shop.
That was the cop in the Financial Times. Outside of mobile pickup only Starbucks in Manhattan, policeman Julio Guadalupe
Julio Guadalupe. What do you want?
greeted news of the sunset plans with dismay. That's referring to them sunsetting these mobile only stores.
These sunset plans are filling me with dismay.
The 46-year-old officer scorned sitting inside coffee houses, calling it pretentious.
It's pretentious as hell.
If you just want to go and grab your coffee, this is awesome, he said of app-based coffee pickups. 100%. It's where this country is headed. Honestly, this is if I was Starbucks, this is the
dude. That's what
this
you
is what
listen
I would
to.
lean into. I'd be like, you guys want to get cop coffee at Luckin? Luckin, the coffee
for
cops love.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, man.
The official coffee of the NYPD.
Yeah.
Those sick fucks think it's pretentious to sit in coffee shops.
So, I mean, what do you guys think out there? Let us know. Who is Starbucks overvalued at $110 billion or is Luckin undervalued at $10 billion? Which will win out? Experiential coffee shit with Starbucks and oh my God, they write a message on my cup and I get to sit around and twiddle my thumb and sit on my own thumb. Or
I haven't been to the one by
or
your,
transactional. Is transactional the way to go?
I haven't been
Luckin.
to the one by your new place, but I have been to the one by your old place. Remember we would
On Hillhurst?
no. We would stop like your old place. Sorry. We
Uh-huh.
would stop on whatever it was.
Oh,
Hollywood.
yeah, on Sunset.
And I would sometimes come in if I had to go to the bathroom or something. Because Starbucks are just bathrooms to me.
Yeah, it's totally true.
And that place was
It's depressing.
horrible. I would not want to spend 1 second longer in there.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
That place should be fully just a window handing you your...
We talk a lot about like, well, actually we don't, but we've referenced before the whole need for third spaces.
Yeah,
But it
it's
shouldn't
not...
be a fucking corporate ass Starbucks.
Also, but like, how do you even fix that? Like that Starbucks. Okay, let's say it's one of the restaurants or locations receiving the $150,000 for renovating.
Yeah.
It's not going to fix that.
No. Well, that's because that whole strip right there is just haunted and it sucks.
Sure, but
You guys can't. I mean, it's the most depressing ass.
But
It's
I can think of any number of Starbucks in Manhattan that are not on cursed strips that are just bleak vibes.
Yeah, because I mean that's
right on 7th Avenue in the West Village. It's like
the same thing with McDonald's. Everywhere, every fast food
banging
place.
on the door of the bathroom because I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Get out of there! What are you doing? It's always there's always someone stinking up the place.
It's like Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts have similar terrible vibes.
Yeah, all of these places have bad vibes.
Dunkin' Donuts isn't. They know their place. They know what people are coming in there for.
I still remember trying. I was like excited to try a Dunkin' Donut, and I was like,
right,
this is
an East Coast thing. It's bad. They're not good.
I was expecting something better than that, but man, oh man.
But this is you need to let go of the past, Starbucks. Those days are behind you.
Luckin Coffee is like their whole thing is get the fuck out of here. Order, take your shit and leave.
They think they can somehow merge with Urban Outfitters or something and have millennials flicking through vinyl or something. It's not going to happen. No one wants to hang out in there.
Who the fuck was buying a CD at Starbucks anyway?
That is a good question.
Who? I guess it was just like moms. Sorry, mom. I think my mom probably bought like
I do get it though. They have that history. I thought it was cool when I was a kid.
Why? What was cool about that?
Because I grew up in the suburbs. There was nothing. And it was like, it was like, can we go to Starbucks? What else was there?
Gang, listen, we got to take a quick break to tell you a little something very important, very near and dear to us. It's hair loss. Nobody plans for hair loss, but through Hims, you can take the next step with confidence and access treatments made with clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil to stop hair loss and regrow hair in 3 to 6 months. No waiting rooms, no awkward doctor visits, no hoops, just ingredients with a track record of results.
And put that hat down, okay? Look,
no more
nothing
hat.
against hats. We like hats, but we want it to be a choice for you, okay? So you can get a personalized plan to start regrowing your hair through Hims. You can access treatments that combine clinically proven ingredients like minoxidil and finasteride to stop hair loss and regrow it in just 3 to 6 months. Okay, they offer convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work, including chews, oral, medications, serums, and sprays.
Yeah, it's all doctor trusted, clinically proven ingredients. No hidden fees, no surprise costs, just real personalized care on your schedule. So for simple online access to personalized and affordable care for hair loss, ED, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/bays. That's hims.com/bays for your free online visit. hims.com/bays. Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescription required. See website for full details, restrictions, and important safety information. I just remember my friend Caitlin was like, oh my God, she had a real raspy voice. She's like, let's go get Frappuccinos. And I was like, what the heck is that? She said, oh my God, you've never had a Frappuccino? And we hopped in her cool old VW bus. And I tried one and I was like, it's like that episode of The Simpsons where Bart and Milhouse try like a super slushy from the Quickie Mart. And it's just like all syrup and they turn into little they're just fucking all over the place. You remember?
No.
No? Okay. Well, was like that. I just was like, my world is rocked right now. Yeah, squishy. Yeah, they turn into little. I don't think we'll be able to play
No,
this.
yeah, we'll get copyright struck so fast. Our heads will spin.
But it was like that. And then I remember working my minimum wage job at Dairy Queen. Whenever I had some extra cash and some extra time to kill, I would just go to Starbucks and get a frap, man. Frappuccino.
I mean, Starbucks is kind of how I figured out that caffeine does not agree with me.
Really? Why?
Because they were so sweet and tasty, and people started drinking them like that. And I was like, I mean, some of those drinks, they're so full of sugar, they taste so good.
They're ridiculous.
And so for me, I wasn't like, ooh, I need coffee. I was just like, damn, what is that chocolatey drink?
There's this.
I want that.
There's this Dunkin'.
And then I got real anxious.
Yeah. There's a Dunkin' Donuts barista who films the orders that come through, and it's just a POV. He's just showing, he or she they're just showing what goes into the drinks. And it'll be like I don't know what the fuck ever, but they just press a button and it just starts dumping sugar. Just plain white sugar. And then some fucking coffee, and then like 3 more pumps of syrup or some shit. And it's just like, jeez. I guarantee the person who's drinking that probably doesn't need it, you know? And it's just, But
embrace modernity, Starbucks. sundown every place that you want people to hang out.
Truly,
Only
I mean,
open windows. Close down all your public restrooms.
I think they are really looking backward and they're asking themselves the wrong questions, and they're not going. I get why it's enticing for the CEO to go, we got to go back to what made us big. It's like, buddy, you can't replicate that. Times they are changing.
Right, it's not 1997 anymore.
People want they want to just get their shit and go. If you've already got 31% of your business going through the app, that should be a sign that you need to be doubling or tripling that. Lower overhead, lower square footage costs and all that shit. What a damn moron. Brian Nickel. Let's see what he looks like.
Is this the guy who also was saying that he didn't want to move to Seattle and was going to be commuting via private jet?
I think so. Look at this guy. What a penis. What a thumb.
Wait, I need to know if this is the
images. Let's look at this guy. People want to hang out in Starbucks like this.
Yeah.
He worked at Chipotle.
Starbucks is giving its new CEO, Brian Nickel, a private jet to commute between his California home and Seattle office.
Asshole.
I would, you know what? Fire this guy.
Put me in charge, man. I'll turn that shit around.
He thinks he can. Look, I want to stay in California. I don't want to come. I know you guys are giving me this big job, but I don't care.
He lives in Newport, so that means that he's flying out of John Wayne. And you know what John Wayne's whole thing is down there, that airport, right?
I don't think I've ever
It's
used
one of
it.
the shortest landing. It's one of the shortest runways. First of all, it is a terrifying place to take off from, because when you take off, you fly over Newport Beach, and all the NIMBYs in Newport Beach have bitched to the whoever at John Wayne. There's a noise abatement procedure, so upon takeoff, the planes are required to immediately throttle back so that there's less noise, which gives you such a terrifying sinking feeling, because normally, you throttle and you keep it gunned, but they take off. Not only do they take off really steep, but then, they kind of level out and pull it back. So if you don't know any better, you're like, holy shit, we're dropping out of the sky.
Have you done it?
Oh, yeah. It's terrifying.
Remind me
And
how
they
to fly
have
out of John
noise.
Wayne.
They have like noise. Monitor things, and they're constantly monitoring it and like adjusting and shit. It's that first image right there on the city. This is how they their noise abatement procedures. It's ridiculous. Anyway,
Well,
so
Brian
you
Nickel, we
could
hope
be on the
you,
lookout. You could be there with a RPG or something and take them out. if you felt so inclined. I'm not advocating for that, but
but if someone wanted to do that,
Starbucks guy, there goes his jet, a shoulder rocket launcher.
I want to place. I'm going to place a Polymarket bet on how long Brian Nickel sticks around. This plan's going nowhere fast.
See, now I wonder how that works. Does someone else who creates that bet?
I don't know.
Damn.
I was just making a joke.
Yeah, I've been wanting to start betting on Polymarket and shit.
Yeah, you should get into that.
Find some and then just like, I don't know. I feel like I got my finger on the pulse of the world. What's going to happen and what's not. Yeah. Anyway, So
I'm betting on the rise of.
what do you think? How bad will it go for Starbucks? What would it take for them?
I don't think they're going to collapse or anything, but I think this will be the first time they have a real, a real competitor in, especially in cities. I think this plan could work in suburban places, like me in suburban New Jersey, being like, Starbucks, this is the place. Holy shit! This is where culture. This is where culture is happening in central New Jersey.
This is the place. Yeah.
Wow. Mom, can we go to Starbucks?
Yeah.
But no. I don't think it's going to. I think in places like Manhattan, I can totally see them getting their lunch eaten, especially if they try to go for that. Anywhere with like actual coffee shops who are talking about talking a good coffee game, like proud of where they get their beans and all this stuff for coffee freaks, but then also have good vibes with nice food and all, and not trying to do this at scale thing. Get the worst croissant you've ever had in your life.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
I'm going to open a coffee shop and call it Slave Coffee. We source our beans. That's how we keep it so cheap. We source it from slave coffee farms. Slave coffee.
You like that one?
Not really. Anyway,
We'll see.
So there's that.
But I might try to get myself something when I'm in New York.
You should.
I know. Well, I kind of want to check it out.
I tried.
I could see it coming to LA soon. It also feels very funny. We didn't even touch on this. It's we joke about this century of America's humiliation and stuff like this. I do think this is the start of, this multipolar world we're living in many ways.
Where we want Chinese stuff now.
Yes, very much so. I mean, it used to be not just China, countries all over the world would get excited about American things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're going to see more and more of that, these Chinese exports, not just kind of purely economic things, but these cultural exports too.
Think about like a Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut used to be a sit-down restaurant. You would go into Pizza Hut and they had a buffet, they had all that shit, and you know what they figured out? This is dying. It's a prehistoric thing. It's no longer the way of the world.
Dude, Pizza Hut was a special place when we were.
Oh, dude, the smell in there was so fucking
what a
good.
Different thing.
So cozy.
the red and white checkered.
Yes, man.
With those
the lights on the tables.
Those, I don't know what you even call them. Those red plastic cups with not a solo cup, but the almost the plastic. Yeah, but it's red, like kind of marbly.
Yeah. The red, oh man, it's a very, very, very special thing. Did you have Shakey's pizza?
We didn't have Shakey's now, or we might have, but
it's Michael J. Fox's favorite place to eat.
You're pushing it.
I'm pushing it.
I don't know if I would do a Parkinson's joke right after making my slave labor coffee joke. It'd be one thing if they were good.
Hey, gang, we got to take one last break to thank a sponsor of the show. It's Mudwater.
Look, we're here recording these in the afternoon. We got a little sleepy right before, and we said, you know what? We might have to take out our Mudwater.
For me, it's the OG blend. That's the one that really stood out to me. It's got just enough of a kick to keep me up and not make me feel groggy. It really, you feel a marked improvement with the brain fog. I've tried other functional mushroom blends, and Mudwater really just they knock it out of the park.
That's where it's at. And for me, it's that every single ingredient in Mudwater's products are 100% USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. There's
everything.
Also 0 sugar and no sweeteners added, okay? To use Mudwater, you simply drop the powder into your favorite mug, pour some water on it, and give it a mix. Mm-hmm. Some go wild and add creamer, honey, or even CBD. I'm a honey guy, so sue me. The best part about Mudwater is it provides sustained energy without the spikes and crash of traditional coffee. There's also caffeine-free blends available. Each ingredient in Mudwater serves a purpose. They got the OG blend with cacao and chai for a hint of caffeine and hot chocolate-like flavor. They got the lion's mane for focus, cordyceps to promote natural energy. and both chaga and reishi to support a healthy immune
The
system.
quad, the perfect combination, all those functional mushrooms. So ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Head to mudwater.com and grab your starter kit today. Right now, our listeners get an exclusive deal, up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother that I use every single day when you use code BAZE. That's right, up to 43% off with code BAZE at MUDWTR.com. After your purchase, they'll ask how you found them, so please show your support and let them know we sent you. Keep your energy natural and refreshing all year long with Mudwater, because life's too short for anything less than clean, delicious energy. I remember it was like the best coffee drink I've ever had. It was like a jasmine infused latte.
In China?
Yes.
Wow.
And it was so fucking
Was
good.
it Luckin?
I don't think so. It was another big upstart. It had just opened.
I mean, I'm sure they have a bunch.
It was so good. And I'd been looking for it here. Like, I want a jasmine latte. I had like 2 a day when I was there. It was so fucking delicious.
Maybe it'll be good for us. Maybe we'll get all kinds of cool drinks.
And you know, I saw, just speaking of China, we've all seen the images of the skyscrapers with all the synced light shows that they have like every night where the entire skyline lights up. And I'm just like, it must be so good for their society. It probably provides such an overwhelming sense of unity and accomplishment and like cohesion among their society that they're like, oh, look at this, isn't this great? You know what I mean?
Yeah, civic pride. We used to
Yeah,
have
man.
that, and we don't have it.
No, we don't have shit.
because we don't have any institutions to be. I mean,
Why don't you do that, Starbucks? Bring back civic pride. Yeah, look at this shit. God damn, man.
I really do have to go because I every time it's like
China?
every other week there's some guy posting, just got back from China, you wouldn't believe what you've seen, and then there's
Yeah.
obviously people below him being like, this is Chinese propaganda, they showed you one special place or whatever.
I mean, I'm sure that's true for every fucking country.
Yeah,
though.
but you know what the difference is? If you tried to do, say you try, New York is probably our most impressive city with an actual functioning
Yeah.
public transport system. You could not find one sliver of a New York subway station or a New York subway car that is clean, that is not
Yeah.
disgusting and in disrepair. And I say this as someone who loves New York and, you know, uses the subway all the time and wants it to be funded and doesn't think it's a bad thing. But so they can at least find these
It's wild, man. It's like I just don't understand why we can't.
but I do need to go. I gotta see it for myself. I'm very
I will say the food was underwhelming. That's my only bitch. That's my only gripe, is that I found the food to be underwhelming
But
because
you
it
do
wasn't
famous-
Americanized Chinese food, which is what I thought it was going to be. I was like,
Okay.
oh, it's going to be like Panda Express everywhere. Panda Express is fucking good, man. Now give me a sit down experience in a Panda
this is
Express.
crazy.
What?
This is like going to Italy and being like,
Where's
the pizza fucking sucked. It's not like Domino's at all.
No,
I
no,
thought it was
but
gonna be like Domino's on every corner.
Truly though, I didn't know that Chinese food was like Americanized. I thought it would be like greasy.
You didn't think it was different than what you get at Panda Express?
I mean, I also just Chinese restaurants. Chinese restaurants have like the same food as Panda Express. They got orange chicken. They got
That's
General.
crazy. But like every restaurant I've been, there is not. I can't. People ask me all the time, like, "Oh, what's a good Greek restaurant?" There is no Greek restaurant in America. Like even go to Astoria, Queens, where all the Greeks are. It is
Not the same.
It is not the same at all.
Hmm.
It's like
Fair.
it's just a different thing.
What I mean is the majority of the food there was hot pot. And even then, it was just like, we're going to boil up some chicken. And I'm like, geez, man, give me the fucking orange chicken, dude. Oh, here's some turtle.
This is
I'm
crazy.
Like, geez. Did you hear about the turtles in the San Gabriel River?
No,
By the
but
way?
just before you move on to the turtles, I do. I have people. I know people who have gone and like rave about the food. And
Really? Damn.
Um,
Maybe I just was smoking too many cigarettes, hitting too many darts.
I mean, I just can't imagine. I don't know. Well, let's not get bogged down on the
Yeah.
food. But
Let's talk about politics, shall we?
Did you want to tell me about the turtles? Or
No, it's just crazy. There's these like Hawaiian turtles that you would find in Hawaii are in the LA River up in the San Gabriel. It's like, here, Google turtles San Gabriel. Turtles, San Gabriel. It's wild, man. They're like full-on sea turtles in the disgusting, disgusting river. Green sea turtles. They're. My friend Tony went and saw them.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, there's
folks.
one little guy. Help me. They're down in Long Beach? Holy shit. Yeah, wow. Doo-doo water down there for the turtles. Eating all the muck and disgusting shit. Good for those turtles. All right, folks, let's pivot a little bit. Let's switch gears here, rounding out the show. Of course, we had Donald Trump last week firing the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Not good, not fun, not a wise thing. It reeks of, we don't need to pull any of that up, but it just reeks of like, what do you call that? Balkanization?
It reeks of balkanization.
Or just great, there's a fly in my fucking coffee. That's cool.
Even the flies don't even like it. The fly's
yeah.
dead. He had one sip. He said, "This stuff sucks. Give me Luckin."
It just yeah.
It reeks of corruption. It reeks of
Yes, there you go. Thank you.
strongman just being like, "You don't tell me exactly what I want to hear. You're gone.
Yeah.
I'll put someone in power who will do what I want."
And that's bad because we need to be able to trust the government. We need to be able to trust the figures that they put out, even if they're not good. That's how you know. That's how you can put your full faith into things like bonds. And if you are outside entities, other countries, other institutions, banks, and whatnot, buying U.S. treasuries, you need to trust that the country is on the up and up in terms of the data that they are providing publicly. And with this kind of shit,
we're becoming a Chinese company about to list to the NASDAQ, if
dude,
you know what I'm saying.
well said. We are about, yeah.
Yeah, well, he just doesn't want to hear any bad news anymore, and I can't blame him. I don't want to hear it either, Trump.
Yeah.
But I think for Trump, it's going to keep coming. This Epstein thing is
Not
going away for him. He's expressed his displeasure. They want it to go away, and this morning there was reports. People were making a lot of jokes about Trump being on the roof of the White House as if he was about to jump. I don't think that was the case. He was.
They said he was inspecting, being part of the inspection for some renovation.
In a very Trump moment, some journalists I think yelled and asked him what he was doing, and he went, "Just going for a walk." But people were pointing out that it's funny timing because the New York Times on their front page this morning was posting a story called "A Look Inside Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan Lair." And we got to go through it because it's insane. Obviously, Trump shows up in a few pictures that Jeffrey Epstein has framed and
it's ridiculous.
Put on credenzas and that kind of thing. Obviously, he's been he's been downplaying any of their friendship, but it's starting to look more and more like they are, in fact, quite close buds.
I mean, you got everything from, look, I like this second paragraph. Ehud Barak, former prime minister of Israel, and his wife noted the great diversity of guests. Quote, "There is no limit to your curiosity," they wrote in their message in his 50th birthday
right, so
book.
he did another, I believe this was his 63rd. We talked about the 50th birthday one where the Trump letter had appeared, where he, drew a naked lady and did the insane Enigma thing. But I guess this is a thing they're doing. Should we feel bad that, have you ever gotten a leather-bound book full of letters from your friends on your birthday?
No, but I'm also not 50. I better get one when I'm 50.
Maybe we have to wait till we're 50.
Sheesh.
But Epstein seems to sure get a lot of these.
He's got a lot of friends.
But 63rd does not seem like a birthday that you get a letter-bound book of letters from your friends.
And I will say, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of creeps associated with Epstein. As you can see, they've got a typed out letter from Woody Allen, the disgraced director.
Which can you do a Woody Allen?
Oh
impression?
gosh, I don't know.
Do you want to read this? Because
Jeffrey Epstein, big neighbors. My wife Soon-Yi and I have invited for dinner many times. Always accept, always interesting, wide variety. It's too long, but I think obviously, and it's alluded to in this that he collected people and he collected friends. So by virtue of that, I really don't think that 100% of those people were guilty by association. And that's not absolving him or any of the actual perverts.
But those people knew what was going on. And it's funny. So you only talked about that that second paragraph right there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the first paragraph in a string of 3 paragraphs where it just gets progressively worse. Mm-hmm. So the one he just read about Ehud Barak, You know, he said, there's no limit to your curiosity. You're like a closed book to many of them, but you know everything about everyone.
Mm.
And then next was the media mogul Mortimer Zuckerman suggested ingredients for a meal that would reflect the culture of the mansion, a simple salad, and whatever else would enhance Jeffrey's sexual performance. And then it finishes with, and the director Woody Allen described how the dinners reminded him of Dracula's castle, where Lugosi has 3 young female vampires who service this place.
This place was 7 fucking stories, 7 floors.
21,000 square feet. It does. So this is the Upper East Side. I was, for a time in my life, I worked as a landscaper in New York City at a lot of these high end places. We would do places on the Upper East Side just like this. These places are nutso. Just like,
Yeah, really
it's
high ceilings too.
scary being in there. You're like, how the hell does anyone live like this in New
How
York
does this
City?
even exist here? It seems like an illusion, an optical illusion.
Oh yeah, you get in there. I mean, when you look at it from the street, it
You're
kind of
like, oh,
looks
it's a
like a normal
building.
brownstone or something. But yes, it's much larger than you would imagine. Ridiculous pieces of art that, I mean, a lot of like looted art you see in there. Looted, like
like loot, like stolen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
stolen
Scroll
art
up. Scroll up.
from,
Let's look at some of these photos. I mean, the guy really did collect people.
I
so
mean,
like,
isn't it crazy? The Trump thing is obviously what everyone's talking about, but you see some of these pictures and it's just, I mean, because so many people now have been doing the thing where I'm like, oh, okay, you got me in one picture. I wasn't that.
Yeah.
Elon's a big one where
Yeah.
everyone posts that picture of him in the same frame as Ghislaine,
yeah.
Larry Summers, all these people. They've tried to distance themselves from it. And then you're like, buddy, why the hell are you in a framed picture on his credenza?
Yeah. So scroll down and let this thing work because it'll circle him. There are Epstein smiling alongside Pope John Paul II. So like Pope John Paul II, obviously not a diddler.
Are you joking?
The Pope?
Of the Catholic
damn
Church?
Pope?
Maybe
Do you think the
most,
Pope-
the most famous pedophilic
Yeah, but I don't
organization in
think
the
that
world?
the Pope. I don't think that the Pope was being like, "Yo, Epstein, let me get a massage from one of your girls." You know, I think he was just probably like, "Oh, you're a wealthy
I
guy."
thought you were doing a Catholic joke. I was like,
No, not at all. I'm being serious. I don't think that the Pope. It clearly he met the Pope.
I wouldn't absolve any
Mick
of
Jagger, Elon Musk, Fidel Castro. He's got photos with.
Here's what I will say in the Pope's defense.
Yeah, looks like he's blessing him.
The Pope is more someone.
May you never get caught.
The Pope is more someone. Like even in the picture, it looks like, oh, this was a big moment for us. We met the Pope.
Mhm.
They're not like, hey, look, it's us on vacation
Yeah.
together. And I can imagine someone like Mick Jagger might fall into that as well. Although I could see Mick being an absolute creep.
Yeah, he just
so
had a.
yeah,
didn't-
I do think there's but I don't know if I'd put anything past the Pope.
And then here's a ton more photos. You've
Can
got.
we talk about this Bill Clinton? Look at the way they're looking into each other's eyes.
Yeah. Also pictured were Larry Summers, former President Bill Clinton,
Larry
and
Summers
Richard
is on
Branson.
the left there.
Who is Larry Summers?
He's the famous economist. and,
former United States Treasury Secretary. You got him with some shake over there on the right. I don't know who that is. Keep going. I mean, the guy had a ton of photos of him with
I
all
had a
sorts
ton
of
of photos
people.
of
There he is
either
with Trump.
looking lovingly into the other's eyes or just never looked cozier with someone.
And I mean, then
Ooh, I
you
didn't
got
even notice. Is that Little St. James Island, do you think?
probably on the right there. There, he's got a photo of Bill Gates with Steve Bannon. They're like talking to each other. That's Woody Allen. Is that Woody Allen? Yeah, it's Woody Allen because Bill Gates is taller than that. But speaking of Bill
you know
Gates,
Woody Allen felt right at home in there.
oh yeah. Speaking of wow, this place is great, but you got a framed dollar bill signed by Bill Gates, and it says possibly as payment of a bet. Quote: "I was wrong" is written on the.
Need to know what that bet is for.
Yeah.
Need to
And
know.
it's such a rich guy thing. I'll bet you $1.
I honestly think
I was wrong.
if we somehow got all these files and stuff and were able to piece together some real narrative of what actually went down, I think our heads would explode. It's probably
Oh yeah. So
the
this
most
is
sicko shit.
This is what I was alluding to. Look at this gaudy ass bedroom with like seashell sconces on the walls and like blue. It's like a weird quasi nautical flowers.
It does look like a hotel room in the Bahamas or something.
Yeah, it's gaudy.
It
as
looks like a
hell.
hotel room in the Atlantis in Nassau, Bahamas.
Very well said. By the way, we'll talk about it in the bonus.
Also, I
And
think
there were cameras, surveillance cameras.
I think
in the
we scrolled
bedrooms.
past it, but did you see the Bannon stuff about how he did a bunch of interviews and he's sitting on about 15 hours
Yes.
of release that footage.
Was that after? That must have been.
That's another thing. So this is all this stuff from his 63rd birthday. That stuff that was coming out before was from his 50th birthday. That was before he was arrested and did the 13 months on I don't know, sex abuse and
Sex Offender Island.
yeah, well, before he served out his sentence. So there are people who distance themselves from him after that period of his life, but these are all people who were still hanging around
Yeah.
after that. After
You know
he
they
got out
got
of
your
jail.
mans on sex assault charges.
Yeah,
Guy you be hanging with.
And Woody
Yeah.
Allen's like, I'll go over for dinner.
Yeah. Oh, dinner again? Oh my gosh. And then more cameras. I mean, it's wild. It's bananas. And I mean, he's got a stuffed tiger in there. Yeah. I mean, the whole fucking thing. Is
They don't
just-
have, I wish they had pictures of this. A lot of the stuff they could just describe. Dozens of framed prosthetic eyeballs lined the entryway.
Dude, they're
What
in
are you-
all
what
sorts
are you
of weird
doing?
shit. I mean, maybe he's an art
A sculpture
collector.
of a woman wearing a bridal gown. That's actually the cover of the story. A sculpture of a woman wearing a bridal gown and clutching a rope was suspended in a central atrium.
Oh yeah, it looks like she's rappelling, and she looks like a fucking mummy. It looks. Oh, I guess it's because it's bronze.
Yeah, she's got the bridal shower.
Get me out of
bridal-
here, Mister! Help! Well, I guess we'll round it out with.
Disgusting.
I mean, I don't even know what to
Disgusting.
say anymore. We got.
The worst part about this is that I do think he's going to. I don't know. I think all of our minds are going to be broken when he does something with Ghislaine. It already seems like he's
Oh, yeah.
priming the whole thing to
because she's moved to Texas. Yeah.
commute a sentence or
Kill her.
even go. Oh, I was thinking.
Well, she's at a minimum security
Oh,
resort, so I assume that it's probably easier to kill yourself there.
I was assuming he was going to either commute her sentence or give her a pardon in exchange for new testimony where she.
He was only Democrats.
Yes, exactly. She gives up all
I'm fucking so sick of this
all
shit.
people that Trump hates. So she gives up Clinton, of course, and all of these people. She talks about, I don't know, some kind of conspiracy by the Bidens to make him look bad and how they created the report. And
I mean, all this shit that's happening now, just speaking of politics with the gerrymandering in Texas, is so infuriating because there's this image going around of one of the Democratic districts. And it's just like a weird strip that connects San Antonio with Austin.
yeah, gerrymandering is weird though. There are sometimes like legitimate reasons why they do
Of
it.
course.
And they can look very wonky. A lot of times it's done for
Politically
political
advantageous
reasons. Yeah.
reasons.
But yeah, it's not good, folks. But I do worry that's how all the Epstein stuff will end. The whole nothing ever happens crowd. It just ends up, he just skates by another one.
I'm going to ask that guy, by the way, the Epstein
And he
that
somehow-
reporter.
Drives all of his base even crazier about how Democrats truly are pedophiles. Somehow he gets Ghislaine to actually sketch out, remember the pizza? He gets her to confirm that Pizzagate was real.
Oh, sure. God, dude. I hope not. I'm sick of this shit. I hate these people. I hope they all die and burn in hell. All right, folks. BenandEmilShow.com. We're going to go into the bonus. It's going to be a real good one. We're going to be talking about dildos getting thrown in the WNBA. What else were... Oh, the new King of the Hill. New King of the Hill. Very, very good.
Should we talk about performative males?
Yeah, sure.
Have
Why
you been
not?
seeing all the performative male stuff?
Performative males. Yeah, why not? Couldn't be me. I'm not performative. I'm barely even a male. All right. Thanks so much, folks.
Coming up on this week's episode of BenandEmilShow.com.
This is insane.
I'm like, why not just make it like hot dog is 1, hamburger is 2, chili, and then, but if it's a chili dog, you got to put the hot dog in first, do 615, take it out, and then you put the chili in, and you do, 1129, Then you take it out, you put the hot dog in the bun, you put it in and do 922. And I remember the first time some guy ordered a chili dog, I was like, oh no. Oh no, I'm just gonna be fucking.
Dude, this is
I did not remember.
asking for trouble.
Oh my god! And I remember just
Who
like,
gets a chili dog at a Dairy Queen? It's just a diarrhea factory. Yeah, but you're using a screen in your car. I've driven with you. This man uses his phone for guidance and just holds it. You're holding a screen, and you're like, thank God this thing doesn't have any screens in it.
I don't know.
Nah,
about that.
me, babe, I don't do screens.
Well, a car is no place to play. First.
That's what I say.
Yeah. Should call it car serious. Because driving is serious. There was just a little guy running around. Imagine a crazy little guy running around.
He was
this
making
guy.
everyone uncomfortable. He went up to the window and like I think they probably just wanted him to go away. So he
stole a Sprite.
Oh, he stole it.
A glass bottle Sprite.
And it wasn't a twist off. It was the old school bottle,
Yeah.
glass bottle. And first he wanted Ben to.
He asked me, can you open this? Can you open this? And I was like, oh, sure, buddy. And then I was like, I don't have a bottle opener.
It's not a twist
It's
off.
not a twist off. And I handed it back to him, and he looked like he was about to break it over my head.
Yeah, he looked.
And then he
was
just
pissed at
kind of
you.
like, he just was like trying to make you flinch, it seemed like.